I'm sorry, I had my mic muted, but we'll start this all again. Hello, thanks for joining tonight. Um, Kristin will be joining here in a little bit. She's running a little behind, but she'll be hopping on. Thank you for joining us and on our Wednesday night live. I hope everybody's Christmas was good, and everything went well. If you guys had ordered our hatch along eggs, and if you're watching, let us know how that went for you. It'd be good to know. But yeah, I don't have too much. As far as announcements right now. I'll wait for Kristin to come to do announcements, I guess. I'm hoping she'll be here in a few minutes. Because I know everybody loves her. I'm kind of boring. But anywho, I'm Brandon from Tango Farms. We do live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. For those of you who might not know, we have eggs available on our website, whiskeytangofarms.net, and we're here to talk about quail, rabbits, or gardening, or anything like that of the sorts. If you guys have any questions, so you can answer them down below, and I'll be happy to, or ask them down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. But I'll get into some of the comments here. I didn't get in early enough on the software here, so I gotta look at my iPad. Feather and Shell is here. It says drop a like. Yes, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Frank is here. Says congratulations on your new adventure into the restaurants. We're so excited for you. Thanks. It's kind of an exciting thing. Kristin's stoked about it. Verna says, congratulations, Kristin and Brandon, to be served with steak tartare. Yeah, it's an exciting thing. See here. If Jasmine says hello. I think we're almost caught up then. I didn't miss too much. Yep. See, Jasmine says hello. Thank you for joining. Begs of Love is here from North Carolina. Thanks for joining. Verna says, one more day and I have enough jumbo farrow eggs to set full incubator. That's awesome. That'll be fun. See how that goes. Essel Swanson says, hello, greetings all to my boon companions in the quail world. And then he says, boon companion means close friend with whom one enjoys spending time. There you go. Verna's trying out the Hovabator. There you go. That's a good incubator. They're not bad. We use those. We had 2 of them for a while. We still have 1, I think, that we use once in a while. I think the last time we used it, we did balut in it because it worked out really good to just let that run and do balut. Ed Got Baits here. It says, good evening, everyone. WTF, Verna and Jasmine. And for those of you who might not know, Verna and Ed Got Bait are our moderators. Special thanks to them for doing all that you do. You guys are awesome. James says, hey, y'all. I don't know, MD in the house. Was Maryland? I think, yeah, Maryland. Says, hey, Verna, Jazz, what's this here about restaurants? I was trying to wait for Kristin to get here, but yeah, we have some of our quail eggs on the menu at a fancy-ish restaurant in town. for New Year's Eve special. It's kind of exciting. They're doing a Kobe beef, A5 Kobe beef tartare, and they're going to put our quail egg on top. So that's kind of exciting. S.L. Swanson says, someone holding out a secret that we don't know. No. Verna says, cuz gotta let Kristin tell you the good news, LOL. Well, I kind of just blurted out the good news, but I don't know, she's way more excited about it. I wanted her to share her excitement. Ed Gabe said, what don't we know? I don't know. Jasmine says, hey James, WTF has their quail eggs and a fancy schmancy restaurant menu. I can't wait to hear how it all came about. Me too. Kristin just came in. She'll be a minute or two though yet. S.L. Swanson said that's okay because I mentioned that we're going to be a few minutes late, and he said, steal a line from our friend Chris, we don't take attendance. Yeah. I was here. I just wasn't ready to turn the camera on. I'm sorry. I seen your comments and stuff. I just didn't have time to turn the camera on yet. Ed Gapate says, that's awesome. Congratulations, WTF. Thank you. It's fun. Brenna says, I actually thought I wouldn't make it tonight, but I did a complete turnaround about 5 p.m. Well, that's not good. Are you not feeling well, Brenna? Sorry to hear that. If that's the case. Agape asked the same thing. Not feeling good. S.L. Swanson said, I wonder if the customer has to order WTF eggs or it has a different name. Yeah. It just has a name of Kobe beef tartare. And then in the sub description or the description it says with quail eggs. So Jesse Mills is here. Says good evening. James says pretty cool. Menu, please. It's on our Facebook page. I think Kristin shared the menu. I don't have the link to it. Otherwise, I'd share it. Katrina's here. Says hello, everyone from Gilroy, California. We have the lovely Kristin entered the room.
Ta-da. Sorry I'm late.
And something more beautiful than me. Jeff Martin says, hey, all. Once Kristin catches her breath here, I'll let her explain about the whole quail egg.
I'm out of breath. It's cold outside, and I had to stop for gas because my gas light came on, and Brandon's had to rescue me a few times. So I'm like,
last month.
I'm like, no, I'm getting gas. So that's why I'm late. So, yeah, give me a couple minutes to catch up my breath. But hi.
Lee's Quails is here. Says hello, everyone from Oklahoma. Hello, welcome. Where am I? Otis is here. So good evening, Otis. He says, hello, fine folks. S.L. Swanson says, while we were waiting, this would be a good time to join Quail Call. So those Quail people beyond the newbie stage.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, all the Facebook pages. I'm not going to name them all because I can't remember them all.
Verna will have all the links.
I'm sure Verna will, link them all
She's the link ninja.
Well, she at least linked that one. So. Rynick Poultry and Avery says howdy from North Carolina. Thank you for joining us. Jeff's asking Brenna what Turner did she get with the Hub Invader. I'm kind of curious too. Ed Got Bates got a question here. Says, "Are the calendars available now?" They are not. I was working hard this afternoon to try to get that all situated so we can post it, and I failed miserably. I will work harder tomorrow when I have time.
We got the logistics. Well, I guess that's logistics too.
Yeah.
We got the design fixed. Yeah. But
Yeah,
now,
everything's good. I just need to fix a couple things on the website so it can actually work. It's my problem. I'm sorry.
But it took me a few tries. Basically, like the design software on the printing company's website was simplified. But I have a really bad habit of overcomplicating things. So I actually made it look right on the preview, which actually made it backwards and upside down. So it took us a couple tries. We finally got a calendar that is correct. So now I feel comfortable selling them. But we have to set up the website in a certain way so that like it doesn't just pull from our bank account because I don't want people ordering like hundreds of calendars. So
yeah.
Yeah.
S.L. Swanson says, "We love you too, Brandon. Don't short yourself." Well, stop. No, my leg didn't wag or shake or anything.
I was going to ask if you're going to start purring.
Rydnick Poultry Neighborhood says, "I got 20 out of 28 that hatched from the hatch along."
Woo-hoo.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Good to hear. Thanks for the update. You should write that down. Jasmine says, "My hatch along eggs were delayed in shipping. I have some pipping and a couple hatched." Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, keep us updated. It's great to know. Adam Cutler 99 is here. Says, "Hello all. Hello, thank you for joining." And then Witch Doctor is asking, "Is anyone getting this bad weather? I saw a tornado touch down in Alabama."
What?
That's scary. We got a snowstorm in the last couple of days. We didn't get as much snow as they said that we were going to get, but
we had tornado warnings like a couple weeks ago, remember, or a week ago.
We're getting cold. The cold's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in the negative degrees before the wind chill.
Gross.
Not happy about it.
In other news, for Christmas, my mom got me a heated scarf, and I used it on the way home, and it's amazing.
In other news.
So, anywho. Okay, so you said someone's like, I caught my breath now.
Oh, you want to talk about your eggs? Everybody wants to hear about your egg adventure.
My egg adventure?
And your excitement of the eggs and the
Oh God, I hope I don't get sued by Nickelodeon now.
Shut up.
I think I was a little off key, so it should be okay. But so somebody contacted us, a local restaurant here, which we've eaten at once before, I think, for our 5th anniversary. I remember our 5th anniversary. I think, yeah, whatever, once or twice. It's a small plate restaurant called Father Fats. And small plate, I didn't know this until we went there. It just means like it's small portions, and it's meant to be that like you go and you order a bunch of different things, and that's why it's a smaller portion, so you can try like a little bit of everything. So basically, if you're the kind of person that has a really hard time deciding on stuff, it's the perfect restaurant for you because you can have a little bit of everything. It is a higher end restaurant, so it is quite pricey. But the chef there, I believe he trained with Emeril Lagasse. Yeah. So it's very, very, very good food. Like you get what you pay for. And I know for sure we went there for our 5th wedding anniversary. Well, they have, my leg hurts. They have a couple like sister restaurants. They had like a food mobile that, like a mobile food cart thing over the summer, and that shut down now. But then across the street, they opened up like another like Asian fusion, or like
they're doing Asian fusion. It's
right.
called Chef's Kitchen,
but it's like chefs and then blank kitchen, and they have like different like themes. So it's like Chef's Asian fusion kitchen is what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
So because of like, I don't know if it's because of COVID or just because of the holiday, they're consolidating Father Fats and Chef's Kitchen together on one night, and they're just gonna be over at Chef's Kitchen actually, but it's like all the same staff and everything. So anyhow, they reached out to us and asked if they could buy some quail eggs. I'm like, oh, wow, Father Fats, like that's crazy, you know. And then he told us that he was going to use them for their New Year's Eve menu. And then when Brandon went there, he had one job. Well, he had several jobs. One job was to deliver the eggs, which he did. So good job, babe. But I also told him, I said, take a picture and ask like if we could post the picture, because I'm like, oh my god, we sold our eggs to a restaurant. Take a picture, like that's big for us. And he didn't get a picture. I'm guessing, were you too shy? Did you feel weird, or did you forget?
No, I forget. I suck.
Anyways, I still love him. But so he found out that they're going to have it, the quail egg. It's going to be a raw quail egg on top of beef tartare, which is just fancy raw beef, I guess. So the irony of this is, well, he's the cook in the household here, but the irony of it is, and actually at work I had a conversation with some coworkers, and I think horrified some of them on accident. As a little girl, on Christmas or New Year's Eve, my grandma and mom would have what's called a cannibal sandwich. And hold on. It's not what you think, okay? I found out that some people also call it a wildcat. So, because when I told people that my grandma and mom ate cannibal sandwiches on New Year's Eve, you could have heard a pin drop at work, because people were like, oh God, she's really that crazy. I'm like, no. So it's raw hamburger, and I remember it was always a pain in the butt because you had to find lean beef, because it has
sirloin,
to be lean.
Ground sirloin.
Yeah, well, good luck finding that in Watoma. So, anyways, and then you take like some onion and some salt and pepper, and they always put it on like a fancy cracker. And by fancy, I mean probably like a normal cracker for most people. But it's also called wildcat, apparently. So anyhow, I found it ironic that my grandma used to raise quail, and I didn't know that until I decided to get into quail. And then I found out that she also had quail, and I'm like, oh my god, I felt like my grandma like kind of steered me towards this. And then to find out that like our eggs are in a restaurant basically on like a fancy version of a cannibal sandwich. Like, I'm like, I don't know. It sounds so silly, I know. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's my grandma telling me like good job. So yeah, it's really cool, and I'm really excited. So we made reservations, and when I actually called, they're like, yeah, we're like booked solid. And I said that I wanted a reservation for 6, because I wanted 4 adults and 2 kids. So me, Brandon, and then of course I invited my mom, because it's my mom's mom that I'm talking about when I say my grandma, and then my dad. And then 2 kids, and she's like, 6? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, I don't know if we have room for it. Like, they were really booked up already. And I'm like, oh, well, I was actually calling because we're the ones that you got the quail eggs from. I said, honestly, I just want that, and I'll go. I promise. I'm like, I'll like, you don't even have to wait on us. Like, just give me the food. I'll pay for my own food. And she's like, no. We'll see you. She's like, but it's gonna be a firm hour and a half dining time. I'm like, that's fine. Like, that's more than enough time, you know. So we barely got reservations, and I had to whip out my quail egg status to get us a seat. So, but I don't know, it's pretty crazy, and we will get pictures.
You're a quail pimp?
Yeah, I'm a quail pimp. So we will get pictures, and I'm really excited. So I don't know if my dad is actually going to make it, because he's a truck driver, so he might be on the road, but hopefully he can make it, because we saved him a seat. But if not, we'll have a +1. So anyone who wants to come join us. So
I told you guys that she was extremely excited about this.
Yeah.
Way more excited than I am. I'm excited, but I'm just like, she's overly stoked.
I think like I was excited about it, but then the whole like beef tartare cannibal sandwich thing, I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, yeah. Anyhow, I'm done now. Story time is over. Sorry. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, I'm sure everybody loved the story. I mean, I don't think we really lost anybody. Maybe. I don't know.
Sorry.
Anyways, hit the thumbs up if you like that story. Gary Miller's here, says, hello from North Carolina, Whiskey Tango Farm, Verna, Ed Got Bait, and the rest of the Quail family and friends.
Quail fam.
Sorry, I'm reading ahead. Jennifer Myers says, hello all. Going to lockdown on Friday. Awesome. Congratulations. Witch Doctor says, oh, the calendars. Yep, we want one. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
It's amazing.
I
know you and Zach are like, oh my gosh, instant regret, but like it is so good. Like it was so good.
Jessica came on our show. Says hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Which Jessica? Oh, that Jessica. Hi.
Facebook.
I know so many Jessicas though. You need to even more.
Oh, sorry. And my Uncle Phil's here. Says, let's go, Brandon. Thanks, Uncle Phil.
He would.
Katrina says, you're doing restaurants? That's so exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much we're going to be in. I mean, they change their menu all the time.
Yeah, it's not like a long-term thing.
Yeah. Hopefully down the road they'll order more. I'm hoping this all goes well and everything. But
they do like to source locally and stuff, which is super cool. So maybe they can find a way to like have our quail eggs in another dish. So yeah, it's unexpected, but very well.
Uncle Phil also says, "Why did the quail cross the road?"
Oh God,
to get over to stop woods. Traffic.
Yeah, we had a quail stop traffic. That's why our quail crossed the road. I want to know why it crosses the road though.
That's all he said.
That's it?
Yeah, he was asking us a question. Why did the quail cross the road? Oh my gosh.
Sorry pants.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Katrina was asking Verna how often she sets eggs. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah.
Jesse Mills says Christmas hatch long egg results blank.
Well, maybe it's down further.
Everyday Oil Mommy says, do you grow any fodder or greens for your quail over winter? We currently do not.
I'm looking into it.
Yes. Kristen's looking into it. I think I'm going to have to 3D print her some kind of like apparatus so we can grow some fodder really easy.
Apparatus? I thought it was just...
I don't know. A device. It's something.
I thought you just put it in a tray and let it go.
Yeah, you can, but there's cool things that you can do with drainage and like having like stacking fodder trays. I should probably
start with trying to not kill it first. I know it only needs like a week, but you underestimate me and my killing skills.
I mean, as long as you water it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyways. Uncle Phil says the quail crossed the road to prove we. I don't know what that means.
No.
Confused is here. Says,
Sorry.
A sad day for me. I left the door to my brooder accidentally open and one of my tuxedos got out. And my pug thinks he has a bird. He has a bird dog and killed the load. I'm sorry.
That sucks.
That sucks.
At least you know he ate good.
I have no idea what I'm going to do with the Great Dane because I plan on feeding it rabbits and stuff. But I'm going to have to train it very well so it doesn't eat the live ones.
Yes.
Witch Doctor says, best moderators ever.
Oh,
yes.
Do we have some shenanigans that I missed?
No, when I was talking before.
You just welcomed them. Yeah, they are.
I said, yeah, they are. They do a great job.
Because if there ever are shenanigans, it's not long lived.
Ed Got Bait says Verna does all the work. Yeah.
He's here to look pretty. No.
Well, mainly I asked Ed to join just because once in a while Verna's, got to take breaks or whatever and
coffee,
and somebody's got to have my back or Verna's back and be a ninja. You know.
Backup ninja.
Kim is here. Says Happy New Year from Montana.
Hello.
Hello. Thank
Happy
you for
New
joining. Jennifer Myers says, I started collecting tonight to try water glassing. Brandon, have you ever tried it? If so, how did it go? I have not tried water glassing eggs. I've looked into it quite a bit. And,
it looks interesting.
I definitely want to try it, but
we need some bigger jars.
We haven't really had any extra eggs as of recently, so.
I'm curious, are you gonna use quail eggs or chicken eggs, or what kind of eggs are you
I'd hope you'd be using quail eggs.
Well, I know, but a lot of us have a lot of people in the quail community have more than just quail.
I know. Chicken eggs are so gross. Quail eggs are nothing.
Chicken eggs are for peasants. Just kidding.
I wish more people would know about a quail egg, because the quail egg and tasting quail eggs, they're so much better than chicken eggs.
They are. They're
in every way. Everybody needs to know. Please share this video and like it. Sorry.
Wow.
Katrina says, how did you approach the restaurant? And this is a goal of mine later this year. So, funny thing, I didn't. We didn't.
Found us.
They found us. Advertising worked. We've been advertising for about a month and a half now, and that paid off. So I think it's paid off a couple times already for us.
It's funny. So like, it wasn't like a huge sale or anything. Like, it wasn't like
no, that wasn't. But
I was telling my manager at work, I was like, yeah, the sale was only such and such amount, but like, it was just cool. Like, it's just so cool. Like, it's not even about the amount of eggs or the amount of money that it was. It's just like a restaurant is selling our egg. Like, it's so cool. Anyhow, sorry. But yeah, they found us. Their people called our people. He's my people.
Witch Doctor says, our Huskies helped themselves to 6 of our breeders the other day. They had a very nice dinner. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
It does suck. And like, it's hard because when Moonshine gets our quail, I'm like, oh, you little turd. And then he like looks up at me. He's like, well, I'm like, it's my fault. I created a monster.
He loves quail.
He does love quail.
He loves to watch quail TV. It's quality TV. Quality.
High quality.
Yeah. Verna said, yes, Brandon, she has the whole story to go with it that she needs to share. Yes, she did. It's great.
Plus some.
Silverback Stacker says, what restaurant?
It's technically Chef's Kitchen, which is the same company as Father Fat's in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
And Jesse says, he ordered 50 eggs, 60 went in, 18 didn't develop, so 42 went into lockdown. And of those 35 that hash, the remaining,
Can you go on? I wanted to take a picture of it so that I have it and can write it down. Thank you. That's not really all that great. That's not.
No. 35. So, I mean, that's.
And his were on time, too, so that sucks.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Contact us, Jesse. Just message us, and I'll talk to you about it on the back end. I'm not super happy with that.
Adam says, that's awesome. Congrats. We are waiting wanting. Yep. I don't know how to read sometimes.
It's okay.
Wanting to do something like that, but would be competing with Kelly as we are only 10 minutes from her. That's all right. Kelly can handle it.
Don't think of it as like competition, I guess. Like,
no.
Like, if anything, like, work together. Like, go in on it together. If you guys want to team up for a restaurant and split it 50-50, like, I feel like one of the sales, like, when we went and we're selling like balut and stuff, when we went in together and it was more of a conversation with people, like, I feel like they're more open to it. So if you have somebody else there that's very knowledgeable, like, that could be really beneficial. So don't think of her as competition. You can think of her as a teammate, even if you're different like people in different companies.
Yeah, especially if you guys go and try to get balut sales or something like that together, and or one gets balut order and you just can't handle the volume. It's good to team up with other
or like
people. So
you go to your town and she comes with you to help in your town, and you help her in her town or whatever. But yeah.
Kim says, had to do your hair before you turned on the camera? Yeah, had to trim it and pluck it out. And
I see, it looks like you cut it or did something different.
I cut it like over a week ago.
I know, but it looks shorter again.
Thanks. It must be all the stress.
Well, I thought maybe you used your beard balm. I don't know, your face looks different. Did you use your beard balm? I bought him some fancy beard balm. And
Verna says, yeah, I've been pretty sick today, but much better now.
Sorry.
Glad to hear you doing better.
Everybody's really sick right now.
What? Yeah? What's up, Moonshine?
He wants part of the conversation. I think it's just because it got so cold so fast again.
Come here.
I know I say that a lot, but like this year seems like it is. Like with COVID, it's really like hitting hard in this area right now. But then like just the cold and the flu and just normal stuff, and then cold, like everybody is sick, and it sucks because you're like your nose starts to run and you're like, am I just cold, or do I have a cold? Do I have the plague? So. But yeah, this is the quail killer here. I'm glad you're feeling better though, Verna.
Mm-hmm.
Ed said that his wife has been sick too, so I hope she gets better too.
Yeah.
And then Verna shared our Facebook page, which I just shared the Father Fats, their Facebook status that has the menu.
With the menu on it.
Yeah.
And Verna posted all the links to the Facebook groups.
Link Ninja.
Verna said she got the Hubvator Turner. I do like that one out of you compare the cheap,
giant
the little giant one, yeah.
Because the little giant was the yellow one, right?
No, it's the white one. Okay. The Hubvator one is the yellow one that we still have.
Yeah, I like that one better. It's sturdier.
I like it. I think it works a lot better.
It doesn't sound as grindy and awful.
Marcella says we have 120 eggs going in the incubator tomorrow. Pretty exciting. That's awesome.
Good luck.
I have a bunch of eggs coming out of the incubator in a week. I need to find a place to.
Well, hopefully it's not eggs coming out of the incubator.
Well,
hopefully
they're chicks.
Egg shells and chicks.
Yeah, I meant chicks.
I know, but I was just being funny.
La Rochelle Farm
said it right.
Hello, all jumping in late from Connecticut. We are all doing great here with nearly 18% positivity rate. Rynick Poultry says, Kristin and Verna, please message me. I got a question for you. So you need to message Rynick.
Rolanda,
yes.
I'm going to go grab my drink.
Okay, have fun. Ed Got Bait said you can keep the cold. Sure. You can send up your, 70-some degree temperature up this way. I wouldn't mind. Just a little bit. It gets back in the 30s. It's in the teens today, and I did not like it. You didn't get me one of those?
I figured you have got what you got over there.
I'd rather have had one of those. Anyways, sorry. Alan Floyd said, front coming up upon angle, very possible tornadoes. That doesn't sound good. Yeah. Ed says it was 73 degrees. Well,
get out of here with that.
You stink, honestly.
Yeah, no, seriously, send some of that up here, please.
Witch Doctor says our winters run about 50 to 65 degrees. I'm not sure if I could handle negative weather. It's very negative. Should have posted a note on those eggs, on the eggs. What kind of note?
I think you gave him a sticker, didn't you?
I gave him a sticker, business card, and egg scissors. He had no idea what egg scissors were. He's like, what were those? And he's like, because he was at the other restaurant across the street, and he wasn't at Father Fat's where I dropped the eggs off, and he asked, he's like, so they sent him a picture, because I dropped them off there, and then I went across the street to go visit the chef and meet him. And he asked me what the egg scissors were. He's not the one that, the guy I met wasn't the one that was trained by Emerald Lagasse, but his boss. He's like
the owner.
Yeah. But yeah, he asked me all about egg scissors and how to use them and how awesome they were.
What was it that you guys talked about? The soft poached or something soup.
Oh, there's a restaurant in town.
Mamma Mia's.
That makes some kind of soup that has quail eggs in it, and they actually soft boil them and then soak them in a brine, so the egg yolk is still runny, and then it soaks in all that salt solution. I guess it tastes really good. I have not tried them. I'll have to try them. La Rochelle Farm says, who here has actually had raw quail eggs? My dog.
I'm gonna on New Year's Eve. I'm kind of like, so when my mom and grandma would have cannibal sandwiches, I would sit there and I was super grossed out by it, not gonna lie. And then my mom was like, someday you'll like them. And then they would follow that up with some pickled herring, which I also found to be incredibly disgusting as a child. I can't really remember what I ate on New Year's Eve, but it wasn't either of those things. But that's what I remember. So I will be having.
Is that going to be your first tartare?
Yeah, I'm going to be having some fancy.
I've never made tartare for you.
No, you only brag about it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I mean,
I love you.
Katrina says, sounds exciting. Yeah, it's going to be. La Rochelle Farm says, not me, with a puke emoji. Sorry.
I know. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to try it. We're going to, it's not too often that you get to pay a ton of money for your own quail eggs. That I would like to say at least they're cooking them, but they're not. They're still like, they're going to take them out of the shell for me. I mean, they'll probably season it or something.
Well, yeah, it's going to have salt and pepper on it.
And they're going to plate it for me.
Yeah.
And then charge me.
And it's going to have really expensive beef. Raw beef.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually excited to try that kind of beef as a tartare, because it has a lot of fat in it. I'm curious on how it's going to be without it being rendered a little bit, cooked, and like the fat be rendered out a little bit. So I'm curious how it'll be.
I'm excited.
Jasmine says, I love the whole dang story, Kristin. So special.
Yeah, thanks for not judging me and my cannibal sandwiches. God, you guys, if you could have seen the look on my coworkers' faces, they just all stopped. And
if we could have seen the look on, I'm sure, all these people's face.
Is that what you guys called them? Was cannibal sandwiches?
I don't know what my grandma called them. She used to eat raw hamburger sandwiches once in a while. But then she'd also eat cottage cheese and olive sandwiches, which
It doesn't sound like, it sounds weird, but not gross.
No, it's weird. I mean, normal people don't eat cottage cheese and green olive sandwiches.
Apparently, your grandma did. But it's funny, and then I had to quickly defend myself to all my coworkers. I'm like, but we're not cannibals. I said, in fact, my great uncle arrested Ed Gein.
Yeah.
And so then I thought, well, maybe that's why we called them cannibal sandwiches, because it was funny. like because of our. But if you called them that too, then
a lot of people do.
Okay, because when I
think it's a Wisconsin thing.
When I talked about, I don't know
Wisconsin
the way all those people looked at me that grew up in Wisconsin. That's not.
Well,
but then somebody
maybe
said,
those are city folk.
They said, "Oh, that sounds like Wildcat," and then we looked it up.
Wildcat is
that, and then we looked it up on Google, and we're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, maybe that's what it's actually called. We call it cannibal sandwiches because of the whole Ed Gein thing." Can I help you? I haven't had anything to drink all day.
Well, I haven't really had either. So, sugar is yummy.
It doesn't really quench your thirst.
No, it doesn't. Otis said, sunny side up here.
I like that.
What?
Sunny side up.
That's how he eats his eggs.
Oh. I thought he was like saying like hello, like what's up, but sunny side up.
You're a dork.
I know.
Jesse says, congrats. That's awesome. Thank you. Witch Doctor says, I have had raw quail eggs in my coffee because there is a little old Philippine man that is like 100. He eats raw quail eggs every day.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Oh, Brooke from Quail.
Wow. Who can't speak now?
Well, my tongue is frozen.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Brooke from
Kelly Quail Keepers
messaged me a while ago and sent me a video from Chris from Slightly Redneck about eating raw quail eggs, but I didn't get to watch it. It says something about like how it can heal everything.
Well, quail eggs are, quail and quail eggs are like the,
they're packed with good stuff.
They're, full of nutrients and vitamins, and they're often sought to be the cure of a lot of diseases. So, Ed Got Bait said the thumbs up was for Kristin because everybody loves Kristin.
Thanks. Hey, they love you too, you big hairy dude.
They just like me being here next to you because, you make me look better.
I pick on you. That's what they like. I love you.
I don't know what this means. If Hunting was talking, everyone was listening.
I'm not sure.
S.L. Swanson says the restaurant can join Quill in the kitchen group for some ideas. There you go.
I'll be sure to let them know.
Melissa says, sup folks, new chick here out of South Carolina. Want to thank you for all raising the bar so high on the farm name. LOL mic drop, right? You're welcome. She also says, but thanks to all your videos, makes me think I can actually do this thing. You're welcome.
You can.
Anybody can do this.
Yes.
If you need any questions, just reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. James says, here's one for Brandon. I'm hearing standard quail rails aren't big enough really for big jumbo eggs. Sounds to me like a job for a guy with a 3D printer. Yeah, I've thought about it. That's an awfully big 3D printer. I'd have to get a new one to make quail rails. Yeah.
If you sell one of these other ones that are sitting around.
I've been wanting to sell that big one for a long time, but nobody wants it. I have a lot of money into it. Nobody wants it. Anyways, Verna says, yes, Kristin, you should have told them about the quail in the kitchen. Perhaps they will find another reason to order your eggs.
Maybe I will. Write it down on like a little business card and pass it to them. Be like, hey.
Quail in the kitchen.
When I called me reservations, I was like thinking about, just keep it on your side then, I guess, if you're going to drink it all. I was thinking about asking like, hey, since our reservation is right at 4, which is when dinner starts, do you think that the chef would be able to take a minute to take a picture with us? But considering that they like basically squeezed us in, I was like, that's probably asking for too much. So we'll ask when we're there. Can you not? That's my broken leg.
Yeah, sorry. Ed Got Baked said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you. If I haven't lost you. Thanks for joining. Hit the like button. We appreciate it. It makes me happy. Gives me giggles. Everyday Oil Mommy says, I use essential oils from my family and share with friends. I'm not a salesperson at heart.
Oh, she asked if she sold essential oils.
Oh, does she? I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Marcella says, what is the best way to give mealworm treats so they don't get knocked through the wire and wasted? I have not really found the best way of doing that. So I do is actually put it in the feed, and I mix it in the feed. I kind of do a layer in the feed bin that I have, and then they kind of come out and they don't get wasted as much. I haven't seen as much waste, I should say. I think if you had like a cup of them and you put them in there, then they just throw them out. You'd have issues. And them things are expensive. Well, I was feeding black soldier fly larvae, which we don't have naturally here and can't grow. I mean, I could grow if I ordered some live ones. But anywho, yeah, that stuff's expensive. Verna says, Ed is in training and doing great. Ed is a great person.
Young grasshopper.
Which reminds me, I need to look at my printer for you, Ed. I'm sorry. I will look at the printer when I'm done here. Because I printed some for you, and it's on the printer, and I just never pulled it off.
Oh, is that Dale's thing?
That's Dale's thing. But
I was like, that doesn't look
no,
like
it's on the resin printer.
Oh, is that why it smells funny in here?
No, I printed it a while ago too, and I just kind of forgot about it. I apologize. So, Laurel Shell Farm says, sorry, funny story. My son walked up to the Dunkin' Donuts counter and asked if they had quail eggs for his sandwich. Waiter said, no, we are not some fancy Starbucks.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Starbucks has quail eggs, but that's hilarious.
That's funny. Can confirm that they do not, but they should. Everybody should.
Well, they have, what is that freaking Gruyere cheese or whatever, and their freaking egg bites. I'm like,
and their sous vide bites.
It's sous vide egg bites with Gruyere cheese, but it's plain chicken eggs. Like, hello, like step up your game. Get some quail egg.
Yeah, you could charge $10 instead of $6 or whatever it is.
You could charge a lot, I'm sure, people. Ed says, you can use a plastic bucket with a lid to water glass eggs. Yes, you can. The only problem with that is you get too many in the weight of the eggs in the buckets, and they can actually crack and then contaminate the other eggs. You don't want to do that. So I really suggest small batches from all the research I've done. Like I said, I haven't done it, but that's just the research I've done. Everyday Oil Mommy says, does anyone have a favorite pickled quail egg recipe? I watched 10 videos today and I'm going to try a combo version of techniques I saw. When we make pickled eggs, I put onion, jalapeno, pickling spices, and apple cider vinegar, half apple cider vinegar and half water, and then chopped up garlic. And that's all we put in there. And I don't like do specific measurements. I just do what looks good.
Speaking of which.
What? Shut up.
You know exactly what I'm going to say.
I have a video I'm supposed to be editing, and it was supposed to come out last week for quail pickling eggs. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Oh, they are. Because we tell them every week.
I don't think we told them what it was till now.
Well, there it
Anyways,
is.
Jennifer Meyer, quail eggs to water glass. S.O. Swanson wants to know where I do advertising. I advertise on Google's and YouTube's. Yeah. I don't pay much for it because you pay by like how much you're willing to pay a month. And I don't pay that much. But if you Google us and you live in Wisconsin and you say quail eggs near me or something like that, we
pop up.
We pop up. Anyways, Ed got base said advertise on Facebook Marketplace. Please just don't use the word quail. Say table fare and any info on the photo you use. You can sell on Facebook as long as you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. Which doctor says, Brandon, you can use ghee or coconut oil in your beard. Yes, I've actually made my own beard balm before.
It smells really good too.
And coconut oil is one of the ingredients. Adam wants to know what beard products I use. Well, I use the weird stuff she buys me that she says is really expensive and I have no clue because I don't. And then the stuff I make.
So the very first stuff I got him was made by Honest Amish, and it was a special edition of Jace Robertson from Duck Dynasty. But they stopped making that specific scent, and I didn't like the regular Honest Amish scent. And then we decided to make our own, and he used that up, and we just never made more. So now I bought him, what's it called? I got it from Ulta because I had a coupon. Just a sec. You can keep talking.
Furnace says 46 degrees here. I wish.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Sounds great. The only problem with your guys' winters, though, is that you always get heavy snow. We get light snow sometimes, and then it blows around.
Billy Jealousy is what I got him, and there was different kinds. And I think I got him like a kit with a brush and oil and stuff, so with different scents. But it smelled okay, I thought.
Mm-hmm. Adam says 5-week-old birds average nighttime temps in teens to 25. I think they will be okay, right? 5 weeks old, they should be fine. I wouldn't just throw them outside from inside temps. You gotta kind of temper them.
Acclimate them.
Temper them.
Temper them like you're tempering.
Yes, you gotta temper them. You gotta get their temp regulated on their own.
Cooking too much.
I always cook.
But I would
I'm big and fat. I cook.
I would also make sure that there's enough of them that they can huddle. Because if you only have like 3 birds, that it's too cold. I think probably for that. Like they probably need like
Your cat's being naughty.
Elvis.
Oh, he ain't gonna listen. He's old. He don't care. I'm sorry, I cut her off. I don't know what her thought was about the birds. She wants you to have more than just a couple birds, so they can huddle together. She says about 10, so they can kind of keep warm if it does get cold. Good thing to have is a windbreak. That's the biggest thing. Being cold out there is just to have an area for them to go away from the elements, the wind and the rain and everything, so they can kind of stay warm. Wind is not your friend. Rydnick says it's 70 right now in Brandon Borough. I wish, sort of. Edgar Base says the note would say, Brandon, take a picture of the eggs at the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That would have been smart, right?
I won't forget on New Year's. We're going to dress all fancy. I don't know what I'm going to wear.
We are,
fancy.
right?
Yeah,
we are.
We're going to try.
I'll wear my insulated pants and my Carhartt shirt. Not with that.
I think not.
I don't have anything fancy. I have no fancy clothes since I lost all this weight. I ain't going to go buy anything for one night. I don't do any fancy things anymore. I'm sorry. Married couple things. Witch Doctor says, I had a friend ask me if the Quail scissors were for cigars, like a cigar cutter. Not quite, but close.
That's funny.
Ed Got Bait said, No, they are not that sharp. Exactly. Say a lot of them aren't very sharp. I actually have variations between different quail scissors. I actually have my favorite pair of quail scissors. We have like 4 or 5 of them. Sorry. I'm getting told to hurry up for some reason.
I'm tired.
She's tired.
I was cold.
Adam Cutler says raw hamburger and pickled herring sounds like your grandma was a Viking.
Maybe of the Midwest.
I don't think so.
Midwestern Viking. She was a cool lady.
Ed Got Bass said, I had a girlfriend who liked to eat raw hamburger meat. Gross. It's really not that bad. I mean, I don't know. I eat a lot of raw meat.
Sushi, yeah.
I mean, even when I make like tenderloin or something, I literally will cut a piece off, put a little salt on it, and pop it in the mouth. It's yummy. Anyways, Dale's Quails is here. Says, good evening, everyone. Thumbs up, WTF, shop night. So just listening. Well, thank you for joining, Dale. Appreciate it.
We were just talking about you.
I'm printing the things.
All good things. All good things.
Printing the things.
You're making me a similar thing, though, right?
Yeah, it would have to be something similar. But I'm going to be printing that for like at least a week. Because he wants lots.
Yeah, that's okay.
Psycho War 360 says, Mom eats raw hamburger, LOL. He was saying that to his wife. Witch doctor. Verna says, some cancer doctors advise their chemo patients to eat quail eggs. There you go.
I wonder, it must have maybe some like vitamin thing or something.
Quail eggs are awesome.
They are awesome. Oh, 3D printer, I think.
Oh, Katrina says, and getting a new one is a problem because I'm guessing you're saying 3D printer. I have too many.
So you need one.
I don't have enough.
Than that?
Yeah, I've always wanted a bigger one than that.
So it'd take up the whole office.
And it'd be a Core XY, so it would be a big cube. But yeah,
like that.
It'd be about the size of the laser printer, but in a big cube.
Wow, that's crazy.
But anyways.
Yeah, I don't know where you would put that.
I need to rearrange the office anyways, since we have the laser cutter.
Well, we were thinking about exhaust. Moving this futon couch thing upstairs.
Going to.
But we'll have to talk about. I'm like, we also got this because it's a spare bed.
Yeah, that's not going to happen anymore.
But we've literally only had somebody stay over once.
Nobody needs to sleep here anymore. Anyways, Witch Doctor says my mom has MCAS, and we make a temperature of a raw honey, Rockwell eggs, and a couple drops of DMSO.
Up here.
All right. Anyways, we put raw quail eggs on her skin, and it takes the rash away. All right.
That makes sense. Good.
Thanks
I'm glad you found something that works.
Thanks
for clarifying.
Yeah.
Go back up now.
Where am I?
Oh, I think we skipped. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Otis says 2-part rail snapped together. Yeah. I hate designing stuff that snaps together. It's not fun. It doesn't always fit like you think it's going to do, and you print a ton of wasteful plastic. Although most of the plastic I print is all recyclable. You can throw in the recycling bin. So I don't like printing stuff that'll be here forever. I mean, in a sense that, like, can't recycle it. Ed agrees with Otis, says that was my thought also. Well, great minds. Katrina says the best way to give mealworms treats is in an aviary. That would would work. Yes. S.L. Swanson says he soaks his mealworms for an hour and feed them individually Softer, they'd be fun, but they still waste. But better than snapping apart dry. Oh, my quail, because Kristin doesn't feed bugs to the birds.
Don't touch me.
To the chickens or anything. My quail, they just eat them things whole. Seems like when I give them to them. Witch doctor says I just can't type tonight. That's all right. I usually can't read, so
it's a good combination.
Otis says, would putting worms in sand bath help? It's not a bad idea. You could probably do that because they'd probably peck and scratch at the sand and eat them. Furnace says she is 11 days old and trying to crow.
Wow.
That's cool. He's an enthusiastic
fella.
Ed Gabe asked if Verna played music to her birds. Just the sound of crowing of the others, right? Ed Gabe says Kristin has a disco ball for her bird and wonder if she plays Saturday Night Fever for them. You know how annoying that disco ball is? It's very annoying. I'll just say that. Blinds you.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No. Kristin's watch is talking to me.
What is so weird? Okay, sorry guys.
Del Chuchu says, hello everyone. Greetings from Havana, Cuba. Hello, Cuba.
Hello.
Hello, thanks for joining. If anybody hasn't seen his channel, he's got a channel and does some stuff on quail. It's interesting. I've watched a couple things, episodes or shows. I don't know what to call them. They're videos. I don't know. I'm caught up on the thing. Kristin can wear her copper quail egg in the disco.
Yeah.
There you go.
They'd probably like all peck at me because it's so shiny.
Verna wants to know when I'm going to print deviled egg trays. Been wanting them since QuailCon. You know, I keep kind of forgetting about that.
You should make a list. Where's that?
The thing?
The whiteboard.
It's right there. Del Chuchu says, quail eggs are great for people with anemia.
It's because they're high in iron.
Good. The Rochelle Farm says, calling in the night. Happy New Year's, everyone. Stay safe.
Happy New Year's.
New Year's. Good night. Not that far behind. Look at that. We're all cut up. Jasmine says, sorry, went MIA. Was cooking dinner. No problem.
How dare you eat, Jasmine? I'm just kidding.
What are you eating for dinner? Cooking for dinner. I'm kind of curious. It's probably better dinner than I had. Jasmine says, I'm mulling around the idea of starting a YouTube channel. Seems like so much work, though. What is your biggest challenge with time as videos? Yeah, that's the biggest challenge is time. Time.
So the biggest thing to understand, and we had heard this before, but like, I don't know, thought it would be different for us. It takes you like when we made the quail eggnog, for instance. Like if I just sat down and made quail eggnog, it'd probably take me like an hour or whatever, right?
That was like a half hour.
Yeah. Well, when you're recording, you have different takes, and then sometimes you don't get quite the right angle, so you have to redo it, and then you're setting this up and adjusting this. It takes
like
you probably like
3 times.
I was gonna say 4 times longer to do everything, recording it, and then you have to edit it, and then you have to figure out where to save it all. Because,
it's a full-time job.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. So all that raw video takes up a lot of space, and then you're editing it, which creates another file.
Unless you just want to do quick videos.
Yeah.
And if you're really good at it without screwing up and just talking, because some people really are.
Mm-hmm.
And they can just go right through it and just record it. You don't have to cut anything out, and you're good.
I think if you don't have like ADD, you can get away with that.
Yeah, I have
That's
ADHD,
not us.
and I struggle with getting words out.
Yeah.
I lose my sentences all the time.
And we even make like, not, I don't want to say like a script, but like an outline or whatever, so we don't forget anything, and so that we make sure that we word stuff right. But sometimes, like, I struggle to remember what I'm supposed to say next. So, I don't know, just, I guess my advice would be don't be too hard on yourself to start with and just do it.
Honestly, that's all you have to do is just,
record everything.
Record your videos and get started. That's all it is. Just start doing it.
I believe in you. I'm excited. Yay! Jasmine gave a YouTube channel. Sweet.
Jennifer Meyer says, like soaking the worms. Can you still feed the worms on blue shop tile in the outside hutch? You could. I still really like the idea of, or I like my way of doing it, is adding it into the feed. I think that works the best, really, in my opinion. Ed Got Bait says, Jasmine, you can do it. You would make a good YouTube host. I think everybody should have a YouTube channel.
Yeah. And Jasmine's like the self-sufficient guru. Like, that's the thing too, is like, everybody has different talents and stuff. So just share what you do and hopefully you inspire somebody else. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm sorry, I was getting distracted. Jasmine said, made kimchi pork on pot stickers. Was an on pot sticker
with zucchini?
With zucchini and rice noodles. So kimchi. I told you I want to make kimchi.
Maybe
I really do.
Is it like you're using the zucchini instead of like the breading stuff?
Yes.
Speaking of kimchi, what did you get for Christmas, mister?
What?
You got a bunch of fermenting stuff.
Yeah, some fermenting jar lid thingies. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which hopefully will make my fermenting go a lot better than it has in the past.
Just keep talking.
I'm supposed to keep talking.
Yeah.
So, it's cold outside. I plowed a lot of snow today. Made a big snow pile for the kids, and they're very happy with me. They're really excited. They went sledding on it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not much of a storyteller like Kristin is all the time. Everything's been going good at the farm. Been having fun with the quail. Haven't done too much with anything new with the quail. Yeah. Been trying to get my list together of what I want to grow this next summer. Kristin has ideas of her own now that she wants to grow, so we have to kind of look at things because I want to say we have limited space, but we don't. I have a lot of room. If I want to expand the garden, I'm going to expand the garden. I actually thought about doing that this year. There's a lot of stuff I want to grow. It just is a lot of extra work. So I'm excited about doing it. I plan on planting a lot more peas this year. Maybe not as much peppers. I had way too many peppers. But
okay.
Now she's back and I don't have to talk about random things. So
okay. So the reason
I'm sorry. I know I'm boring.
So Brandon got a laser thing.
A laser thing.
For not Christmas or whatever, just whatever, just because. So on our Christmas presents, you can see so this was just a plain clothing box or whatever from Walmart for gifts, and then he burned this in, and look, it's a little barn. But then, so I asked for a bunch of canning stuff, and he made this one with a mason jar Isn't that cool, you guys? And then that's actually what he gave me a
Ball blue book.
Ball blue book.
Ball blue candy book.
I have a really bad tendency
calling it the blue ball book.
That it's really hard to not say that. But anyhow,
I think everybody
that's what that was.
Accidentally calls it that. But anyways,
that's what it was in. So that's what made me think of that. But he got a bunch of like fermenting jar lid spring. I don't know. So, but anyhow, yeah. And then it's funny. So I went Christmas shopping the one night after work, and I was really cranky, and the whole Walmart thing happened, and I was really cranky. And I had bought half-gallon ball jars, and I was gonna wrap it and put it under the tree, and like say it was to both of us or whatever. Well, I was so wound up when I got home, you guys. I set it on the floor, and then Brandon came over to me and he like hugged me to like help me like calm down because I was like riled up. And he looked over there and he saw the jars and he's like, "What are the jars?" I'm like, "Not a present anymore." And then so I was like, whatever. So I just put them under the tree and I didn't wrap them. And then in one of my presents, it was wrapped. It like looked kind of weird, and I like felt it. I'm like, "Are these jars?" And I opened it up and he got me jars. Which is fine, like we'll use them. But it was just kind of funny that I got us jars and it was supposed to be a surprise, but then he bought me more jars. So we have a lot of jars, which makes me happy. And I'm like super excited to get started. Have too many jars. So excited. I'm gonna have some like herbs.
I mean,
and
you sent vegetables. You sent out a whole case of jars for Christmas.
Those were fresh ones though. Those were like
I know.
Yeah. Oh, did you talk about that?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh
no.
My gosh, Brandon.
Why would I talk about that? That's only our thumbnail. Like that's your thing.
Okay, so for Christmas, I really wanted to do something like homemade and like heartfelt, and like it's nice to like buy presents for people, but I like, especially this last year, a lot of people have been really kind to us, and I wanted to send out some nice heartfelt gifts. And so I made these Christmas simmer pot jars, and I had cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, cranberries, and then I had an orange that I sent with that people had to like cut up because otherwise it would get like gross in the mail. And then I had like actual cinnamon sticks in there and like full cloves, ground cloves, all that. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh my God, the trees! Oh, the trees! You guys. So we drove around. We don't have So the property we purchased used to have a lot of pine trees on it. They cut them all down. There were none. So whatever.
There's no trees on the property.
We planted some on Earth Day.
Apples.
Yeah, we planted some on Earth Day, but they're not big enough for us to like cut off or anything. Those pine trees over there.
Pine trees. Yeah.
From my mom.
The little baby.
Yeah, they're not big enough to do anything with. But I really wanted these Christmas simmer pots to smell kind of Christmassy. And yeah, you got your cinnamon and whatever, but I'm like, I feel like coming from Wisconsin, like Christmas tree, capital area, whatever, like I felt like it was necessary to have pine in there. So we went and we found some pine tree, like we drove around the neighborhood and I found some, but it like smelled like cat pee to me. So I like threw that out the window. I'm like, that's gross. It's probably cedar or something, because to me cedar kind of smells like cat pee. And so we were going around and it was really cold that day, and I picked up some other tree and I like smelt it. I'm like, it doesn't smell like anything, but I couldn't tell if it was just because it was cold. So we drove like all over the place and found just the right trees to put in there. So we had white pine and what was that? Was it like fir? The short ones. I think it was a fir. So we had white pine and fir in there. So, but yeah, it was like a whole like adventure getting just the right pine tree to put in the simmer pot. So, anywho, and then I sent them. But yeah, basically you took all that and you put it in a pot of water or a crock pot, and then you like simmer it, and it's kind of like a potpourri or whatever.
It's like the old potpourri pots back in the day.
Yeah. Why don't they have that anymore? They don't.
Because they're dumb.
Because what?
Anyways, Katrina says, I have to work on when to talk and when not to talk so I can cut out or fast forward through certain parts.
Yeah, we have that problem too.
Yeah. Some people like to look away and like do things from the camera. Be talking and then just go like this right away when they're done. And it makes it really hard to edit. And then we end up redoing the videos.
Are you talking about me? You're a jerk. Just like call me out on it. Just throw me under the bus.
Yeah.
Thump. Really? I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me?
Verna says, I just have a hard time staying scheduled to do videos. Yep. It's hard. Headgap 8 says, a lot of good YouTube videos on how to do YouTube videos, Jasmine. Yes, there is.
Inception.
I'd be happy to help you out too if you want to text me.
Oh yeah, he watches all sorts of stuff.
Rydnick says we're going to start tomorrow. It's awesome. Jasmine said, gee, thanks guys. I'm very distractible and critical of myself. We shall see. Yeah, we are.
I believe in you.
Hassel Swanson says Jasmine's enthusiasm in a video. Woohoo. Yeah, be awesome. See? You can do more lives with us and maybe you'll be more comfortable. Honestly, you'll just be more comfortable once you start doing it. You just need to start recording and just doing it. You'll feel absolutely stupid talking to nothing but the camera. I mean, you guys are there. So now. But when you're doing it by yourself and you're talking, you'll feel
stupid,
completely weird and strange and dumb. But you just do it. You just talk. Think that somebody else on the other side of the camera and talk to them.
A friend.
And you really just need to talk and say, hey, this is what I'm doing today. We're going to go out here and we're going to, plant a garden and do some fun things.
Do some fun things.
Ed Got Bait says, Jasmine, I can do that, and sent a lot to Zach. Yeah, he's sent a lot of videos out to Zach and I. Ed Got Bait also said, honestly, when I do YouTube videos, I really don't care if anybody watches them, LOL. I just do it for myself. Yep. Mm-hmm. Did I skip a bunch of stuff? No. And Jasmine said, yay, fermentation kits. Yes, I'm excited about doing it that way. I used to just unscrew the lid and just let them go. So I'm kind of excited to actually have an actual fermentation lid.
I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about, so I'm excited to see. I just bought it.
As soon as she bought it, I'm like, I want to make some kimchi because I haven't made kimchi in like, I don't know how many years. Been at least 2. And I want some homemade kimchi again. Kimchi is one of my favorite things. Verna wants to know, how many birds do I have now? How many birds I have or the
I think she
overall? I don't know.
Your BLK collection.
I have in the brooder.
Yeah, but
30 quail. Those are almost adults.
You have to pick through those, though. You can't keep those off.
I did kind of pick through them.
Well, you can't keep those off. You need to pick through them more.
I need to pick through them more. Mm-hmm. Because I called about 15 of them this weekend.
Brandon went on a calling spree this week.
And like then champ. How many are in that blue hutch? I think I have 20 or so in the blue hutch, and then not very many in there.
I was thinking you only had like 12 or 15. You sneaked them in there?
Well, I joined my red hutch and my blue hutch together.
Oh, that's right, when it got real cold.
Yeah, and then one of my birds from the red hutch died.
Mm.
And it wasn't because they picked on each other. It was just, just died. But then my breeding project quail, I don't know how many of those I have. Probably another 20 or 30.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
all my celadons and stuff that I've been working on. All the cages. I have specific cages that she allowed me to have. I had a bag for them.
Oh.
But
I'm sorry that I dedicated some to the business. Forgive me.
Well, anyways, it's business projects. Ed Got Baked said, I want to see more flaming corn, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
I could make that
sounds
happen.
like a really bad band name, Flaming Corn. I don't know why. It just sounds like a terrible band name.
I don't know. We will definitely make some more corn on the grill. It's my favorite way of making corn.
Oh, I love it when it's like crispy. I want corn now. We have some canned corn.
Yes, we have frozen corn too. Yeah, we have corn. That's what happens when you homestead. You have corn and things that you grow all summer. It's great.
Somebody, Dale, talked us into potatoes and onions now too. Didn't we go halvesies on a bunch of potatoes and onions? I'm excited. I helped a potato farmer the other day, and she's like, I should sell you some seedlings. I'm like, no, please don't. Like, I already have a bunch on order. She's like, oh, well, maybe next year. I'm like, okay, maybe. I don't know what kind of potatoes she had, but.
Jasmine said, have we looked into square foot gardening?
What's that mean?
Square foot gardening is that you take a square foot and you can grow certain different plants in it, and they grow fine next to each other.
Oh,
close, and it's a great way to maximize your gardening.
Because like one is tall and one is short.
Yeah, and they don't care, and some grow faster than others and things like that. But I've looked into it. I didn't,
It sounds very smart, but very tedious.
They make
kits
things. I think there's even one that you can 3D print.
Of course there is.
Shows you where to plant the things.
There's always something to 3D print.
We kind of did that though. Like in the cornfield, I planted squash.
Oh, runners, yeah.
So like squash grows really good with corn, and so do beans. So it's the three sisters planting. I didn't do beans out there with corn, but I'm definitely going to do squash and watermelon again with the corn this next year.
Yeah, my squash and corn, like my Indian corn and squash, went really good.
Yeah.
I need to order some of that gem corn or stained glass corn. So can I take the corn, the ornamental corn out there, replant that, and get the same stuff? How do I know it's not like a one and done? Because isn't some stuff one and done?
That stuff's like a self-pollinating corn.
So I could just throw that in the ground and do it? Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So I saved it. Verna says, do like Living Tradition does, so you don't have to weed.
Oh, like
the weed fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've thought about it. I was thinking about doing that in our
that one.
Our bigger garden, our 16 by 16 that we have. But there's other ways you can do it. You can put wood mulch. Yeah. Mulch down too, and it works good too.
We need to figure out like some sort of like irrigation type system too.
Jasmine says, "Bravo, Brandon, very creative." I'm guessing.
Oh, the boxes.
The boxes. Mm-hmm. Ed says, "Can't wait to see more laser stuff, Brandon. There's so much you can do." Yes, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
Made a lot of Christmas gifts.
He needs to figure out a vent or something though, because I'm like, oh my god, is the house burning down? No, he's just making presents.
Well, yeah, some of the quick, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I need to rearrange the office so I can make the vent. I need to move the laser by the window, and I'm gonna vent it out. Mm-hmm. I was only burning paper and stuff. I did have the window open.
You did?
The one time, yeah. When I was doing the one for Oma.
The Quail?
Yeah. And I cut it out. I had the vents, and I had the kitchen window open, so like it would all vent outside. A big fan going. So, yeah. Weirdo. Let's see here. Verna says, my Christmas present from you lasted 4 days.
Well, that's awesome.
That's great.
I think we had it going at my mom's on Christmas Day, and I think we got it too hot, and then it ran out of water, and then it kind of just stopped smelling good. I think we burnt out the smell.
I thought it smelled right.
Oh, did you?
Ed Got Bait says, it smelled so good. Thank you. We enjoyed it. Welcome.
Oh, good.
Jasmine said, the simmer pot made my whole home smell like perfect Christmas.
Yay!
That's great.
That was the goal. I'm glad I got the perfect tree.
Jasmine also said, that's such a great story. I'm loving story time with Kristin tonight. Well, she's always full of stories.
I am. And then I sometimes forget that I tell them, so I tell them again.
Where did I'm missing this. Anyways. Freedom Quail Farm says, what is the most eggs you've had on the counter at once? I have no idea. Probably
hundreds.
300 or 400 or so.
I'm having like flashbacks.
Probably more than that, honestly, at one point. And they were all less than a week old. At one point, we had a lot too many laying quail. And we cut back a lot.
Yeah, that was kind of our like, oh crap moment. And I was like, oh God, we need help. That's when we started calling for the falconer order.
Yeah. Del Chuchu says, what are your plans for 2022? Do you guys plan on adding other animals to the farm? I don't think we're going to add any other types of animals. If we do, maybe a peacock. Because I know.
Too soon. I don't know.
Maybe. I know she wants a peacock.
I do,
But I'm going to try to incubate peacock eggs again. Hopefully, we'll get some from my mom's neighbor, and we'll do that again. But
we're going to expand the ducks. Hopefully,
we have the ducks. I plan on once they lay, and maybe that's going to be forever. I might end up getting more ducks from Dale, anyways.
Yeah. So we have right now we have Donald and Daisy, which are hopefully maybe boy and girl. Yeah. Well, that's boy and girl. Uno, we don't know what the heck Uno is. She.
I never sexed it. I forgot about it and forgot to sex it. So
yeah. So Uno is an it currently. And
I don't even. Dale wasn't even sure if Donald and Daisy were boy and girl. He was just guessing.
Yeah. So we don't know.
We'll see what we have.
Watch, we have 3 drakes.
But that's also on my plan of things to raise because it's going to be food source.
For the Great Dane.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to end up needing more ducks. And I'm working on plans to build a duck hutch because we can't free range our ducks. We're not allowed to free range animals here. So working on plans to make something big enough that they will
be happy.
And then we have tons of rabbits. I don't know how many rabbits we have. I think we have 8 rabbits with 3 boys. The rest females. And those are all breeders, so.
Well, hopefully. I don't know about Aurora Borealis. If we're gonna try again, and if she doesn't lift at the end of January, she's gonna go probably to a home because I'm not going to keep something on the farm that's not contributing, and if she can't be a brood doe, she's not good for anything, unfortunately. And I don't think I could use her fur or eat her at this point because I've gotten like very emotionally attached to her, but I would want her to have a good life. I could see her like going to my mom maybe or somebody else for a pet, so whatever. But we have Elsa, who is our silver fox doe. She is expecting kits here the middle-ish of January. And then Little Mama is also expecting kits with Souffle. She's our creme d'argent. Of course, the quail, we're working on a couple different projects of that. They're all just Coturnix. I'm grounding myself and saying no valley quail or button quail. As much as I would love them, I just like mentally right now, it's just too much. And then as far as like other goals, like non-animals, I want to get better at growing stuff, so I'm going to make an herb garden, and I'm trying to make a list of vegetables that I can like own and like learn with, to better my skills instead of just like relying on Brandon to do it all. But I don't know if I should have like a little of each thing so I can like find what I'm good at, or if I should like just only pick 2 or 3 things and master those and like give what I don't think I can handle to him. I don't know. We have to talk about it. But I am going to do an herb garden. So right now I'm picking out all my herbs, and we're going to go on New Year's Eve. Hopefully they're open. We're going to go to the Jungs down the road here and get some planting stuff. So, yeah.
I do plan on expanding our berry patch.
We have a berry patch?
Yep. I have a berry patch. Not much is in it. Not much made it to it this year.
My strawberries are still alive. They didn't get very big, but they're alive for like the third year.
I got to put the strawberries in the berry patch and then plant the other raspberry bush.
Ooh, we should go to the Amish place and get more raspberries. I like the Amish place.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah, those are, I don't know, I have more garden stuff I want to do, but
time is an enemy, not the herb. Ha! I'm funny.
Jasmine says I currently have 595 eggs on the counter right now.
Oh, God, girl.
Katrina says, I really recommend vertical gardening. You can use cattle panels as making space efficient to harvest standing up. Yeah, I actually really wanted to buy cattle panels last year for our garden to grow our peas and pickles or cucumbers for pickling on those instead of the fence that I put up. But at the time, you could not get any panels. They were all out. And I needed to get the garden going. I wasn't going to wait. So definitely going to maybe invest in some of those and kind of make like a hoop maybe and grow that way. I think it'd be fun to kind of walk in the garden.
Yeah, I really want to do that. On Living Traditions,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
On Living Traditions, Sarah had like loofahs in like a hoop garden type thing, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I want to do that. But I'm like, I want to master some other like herbs and stuff before I do loofahs, but I want to like do some loofahs just because she did it. I don't know.
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. All I heard was loofah. Anyways, Rydnick Poultry and Aviary says Riker got 3 arrow gardens for Christmas, which are hydroponics in the house. He's loving it. Yeah, I've looked into those just because like Kristin wants to do an herb garden. I've looked into them in the past because I wanted to just use it as an herb garden, kind of throw it on the counter type thing, and just because it's a nice compact like.
Those were really popular for Christmas this year. Like a lot of people came in and asked
they were
for those.
Last year
like,
too.
They were huge, but like last year they were.
Last year was like the first year that they like kind of came out, and then some people were kind of on them. But I think because people seen them last year, this year they really wanted them.
Like air fryers, like 2 or 3 years ago, everybody's like, "Oh, air fryer." I don't know, and now like everybody
needs an air fryer.
Why do you mean you don't have an air fryer?
It's the adult microwave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although our kids use the air fryer all the time now.
But yeah, now the arrow gardens are the thing.
Ed Got Bait says Ed Got Bait and Quail Town are my 2 video channels. I didn't know you had a Quail Town channel. Witch Doctor asks, anyone use those vertical plastic green planters? I wonder how well they work. I don't know about the green ones you're talking about. I'm actually 3D printing Dale vertical towers, planting towers. That's what I'm making him. They use 2-inch net pots, and he'll have a hydroponic system that just go on top of the bucket. So Jasmine says, I'm going to be turning my time lights off, I think. All my hens are laying now, and the grow outs are also laying. Yeah, I definitely would cut back on that. Verna says you can put an exhaust fan in the window when you're using your laser. Yeah, that's what I did the other day is stuck the fan, but I'm going to, when I rearrange the office and put the laser by the window, I'm going to kind of permanently affix something that I can just turn on, and it'll turn on when the laser turns on. And Adam says, Brandon, it sounds like you tell Kristin how many birds you have, like I tell the wife how many guns I have.
Same.
I think same for both things.
Yes, we have that problem here too, the guns.
Oof, yes, Katrina, I do have a handful of people who are ready to buy eggs, and my cartons come in on Monday. That's awesome. Jasmine says, my rabbits are not making babies anymore. I think my does have aged out past their fertility, considering converting my rabbit condos for quail breeder hutches. I don't know yet, though. Get out of the rabbits? Or are you going to keep rabbits? Jasmine says she has 4 does and 2 bucks. Witch Doctor says, are rabbits tough to raise? I don't think so, but
maybe we're not the best people to ask right now. We haven't had very good success. Okay, so raising, we haven't had success with. Keeping the adults alive, we're doing okay with that. So that's we're doing good.
We've had some setbacks with the litters we've had.
Yep, but we have some babies due, so
try again. Katrina says, I hope your rabbits go well for you, WTF. I've had 3 mamas with babies right now. Videos on their first couple weeks went out today, tomorrow, and the next day on my YouTube channel, Sow and Tear.
I'll have to check that out.
S.L. Swanson says, for the rabbit that would not lift, did you try the trick of driving her around the block in the car and Chris recommends? No.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
Yes.
Like when a baby is crying?
Chris has never done it himself, but he said that he has heard people have done that, is take the rabbit, put it in the car, drive it around a little bit, the doe, and then bring it back and put it in the buck's hut or buck's cage, and supposedly it'll lift.
I mean,
but
I'll try.
I know from talking to Chris, he said he's never really had problems with just keeping on trying. But
I think it's hard to say what Aurora's issue is. I'll try that. That's good to know. I'll try it.
Ed Got Bait says, get rosemary. Mary, you really can't kill it. Kristin hates rosemary.
I hate rosemary.
I love rosemary, and I love cooking with rosemary, but once I married her, there's no rosemary in this world.
I think it's because we used to put, the restaurant I worked in, we put rosemary on our red potatoes. And then I would have to scrub the pans. And I think my hatred for rosemary is from scrubbing the pans. I really think, because it tastes
it's not
like,
the taste?
It tastes like, no, it tastes like pan to me. It tastes like I'm licking a pan. So, anyway.
Katrina says, do you have any room for a food forest? I'm in a city lot, 7,000 square feet, and I have over 40-foot fruit trees. You can do it basically anywhere. I can help you figure out what to plant in your zone if you want.
Ooh.
It's interesting.
We had apple trees.
We have one.
Then the deer ate them.
Well, they had nothing to do with the deer. I watered them and everything, had water scheduled to go on them, and they just died. I don't know what's wrong. We have to replant. Anyways, sorry. It was a weird
squirrel.
Weird email. Jasmine, SL Swanson says, Jasmine with 595 eggs. Do y'all remember when she was new to Quail?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
that escalated quickly. It can with Quail, though. It does escalate quickly. I started this as a hobby, and now they're in a restaurant, so I don't know what happened. I'm not complaining.
It got based at SO, yes. Didn't she just start yesterday? LOL, dang Quail math.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So true.
SL Swanson said, Brandon, remember you were supposed to be reminding Dale about his hydroponics video? I could starve to death waiting on him.
He's a busy dude.
I think
he's still behind on his brooders and stuff.
Maybe I just need to do a hydroponics video and just bring the grow tent inside and start growing something.
Where are you gonna put that?
Right here.
You're gonna bring all that dirt in here?
I'm not gonna bring dirt. Hydroponics, you don't give dirt.
I'm sorry. I'm tired, you guys. I know what hydroponics are, I promise. I wasn't.
Jasmine says, ha ha ha, SO Swanson, I got bait. Yes, the Quail meth got a hold of me bad.
It could be drugs, but it's not.
I might have contributed to that issue a little bit.
It's a good problem.
Sorry. Witch Doctor is like, isn't Quail math like 1 + 1 = 5,986?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jennifer Meyer says, sweet dreams, early AM for me. Hope a wonderful new year for all. Yes, thanks for joining.
Happy New Year.
Jasmine says, Quail math is exhausting. Yeah, it is. Verna says, I think I would have a hard time processing rabbits. I thought Kristin was going to have a hard time processing rabbits, but she did a really good job on it.
I don't know if it's going to be different doing my own rabbits, though. So the thing is, Tiffany from Tealstone was kind enough to teach me with her rabbits. Like, I helped her. Like, she did one, and I watched. And then I did one where she, told me what to do. And then we did another one, and she recorded it for me because I'm very forgetful. She recorded it so I can refer to it later. And I didn't really have a problem. I was a little upset that it didn't happen as quickly as I would have liked, because I like it to just be quick, But she said that was normal and that it gets better. So I'm hoping that I'm okay with it if it's still my rabbits. It still bothered me, don't get me wrong, but yeah, we'll see. It might be different when it's your own animal.
Katrina says, good luck on the babies. Thank you. Del Tuchu says, what is the longest your quail have taken to hatch? Mine just started hatching today, day 20. I blame random power outages. We haven't had any issues like that, really. I know when we first started, we had the farm innovators, that was, right? That stupid farm innovators. That was the
first one, yeah.
That thing sucked.
Well, it kept I kept having to crank the heat up more and more and more and more because I think the heater was going out.
Yeah, the thermostat or the heater was going on that thing. But then even when we switched over to the Hovabator, I think we had a little bit of issues. But that I think was a humidity issue.
That was more humidity. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're having power outages, that definitely would cause issues. It also depends on how long and how often your power outages were.
And what point in the process.
Jasmine says, fresh rosemary is freaking amazing. Blueberry, lemon, rosemary scones are so good. See, you just have to let me use rosemary again.
Okay, I'll try to not think of pan licking.
Jasmine says, and rosemary is great for skin and hair. I use it in my skin healing salve. There you go. I don't know how to say those things. See, I'm dumb.
Your face when you see salve though looked like a cat throwing up a hairball.
Yeah,
you really did. You're like salve.
Jasmine's like dirt. Hydroponics don't use dirt.
I'm sorry, you guys. I know that.
And then Esso Swanson said, Kristin putting dirt in the hydroponics. Now we know why the plants die. Yeah. Sorry. Rynick Poultry and Aries says, my NPIP certifier laughed when I told her I have quail math issues. Dale says, I don't need no stinking dirt. Ed, sorry. Did I say Dale?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You got Dale on your mind?
I don't know.
He's not even talking and you're thinking about Dale. You guys got a bromance.
No.
Dang. Wait. No, that'd be incest. Well, that just got weird.
I don't even know where I'm at.
Me neither, apparently.
Rynick says, when you are doing rabbits, do cervical dislocation is very quick. I have done friends a few weeks ago and loved it this way. Yeah, that's the way we did it. It's just Kristin struggled with how much strength I think she needed to do it. But
well, and then like I was being silly, so we used like a hopper popper knockoff. And I should have just held the legs and pulled, but I was like holding the neck too. So I was like kind of like working against myself. And then I was like kind of stressing about it. And like Tiffany was like, let go of the head. And her husband, Jameson, was like, let go of the head. And I like heard them, but I was like stressing. So like, even though I heard them, it wasn't like sinking in and processing. So I just kept holding the head. And they're like, no, let go of the head. And I let go of the head. And then like, it was fine.
Yeah, she just was like causing issues for herself.
Yeah. I'm really good at overcoming.
I think she like psyched herself out because she was like, she needed to get the head in there. She did it all by herself. She needed to get the head in there and she just didn't let go and
pull. So then I was like,
so
working. Yeah.
Witch Doctor says, do you guys save the fur from rabbits? I could make fur-lined moccasins, gloves, or earmuffs.
We haven't processed our own yet.
I do plan on saving all the furs.
Yeah.
I plan on making stuff out of the furs and things. So,
you know, he'll like sit there and like pet Galaxy. He's like, you're gonna make such nice furs or such nice coats. I'm like, not him, your babies though.
Yeah. With that, we're at the end of the chat. Well, they can't see.
Yeah, they could.
I mean,
if you just like, we're at the end of the chat.
Sorry.
All right. Well, we've been super weird tonight. I'm tired. 'Tis the season. But thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Ed and Brenna, for being awesome moderators as usual. It's been an amazing year. It's been a rough year, but mostly amazing. And we greatly appreciate all of you. And
I'm sorry,
apparently I'm boring my husband. So, like,
hey, that was the first yawn tonight. So I'm doing pretty good.
So happy New Year. Yeah. We wish you many blessings and successes in the upcoming year. And thanks again. And we'll see you next year.
Have a happy New Year. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Like the video. Thank you. Bye. Have fun.